At the Emerging Payments Association Asia, we've spent this year trying to move from the what to the how. What are businesses going to do in order to unravel themselves and what's unfolding? And we've gone across the world to try and actually unpack this with thought leaders, regulators, central bankers, fintechs, banks in the room, and actually discussing the most important question, which is what do we need to do next?
It's always interesting to understand what's happening elsewhere in the world to help us as an industry to think about the future and what's going to be possible.
We know that we're not going to be able to go everywhere alone. We need to go together, and as a community, that's why we are really happy to be supporting EPAA.
While it is a payment-centric organization, it brings the whole ecosystem together. As bankers, we can have our own views, but to sit in EPA forums, to hear views from a diverse set of audience, some of them real consumers of payments, some of them provider of payments.
And I think the richness of that community really drives, well, certainly for me, it drives openness of conversation and just new thought that I actually generally don't get an opportunity to do in my day-to-day. But here I get every different perspective. And I think the byproduct of that is how do we drive real change, domestically and globally, where you can have that, commonality around the problem, the consumer or the merchant, and how do we drive that change?
I think it's a really great community to sort of come together with, thought leaders in the industry across different sectors and segments in order to actually, provoke new ideas, talk about latest technology and innovation, and really share information and ways of doing things better, faster, more effectively.
It's amazing to be in all those different locations though and bring the industry together. And today we asked ourselves, is payments the missing link for Australia's productivity? So we did a roundtable today, and that's the panel we're going to hear from now.
Productivity improvements in terms of, from a payments processing perspective, how can we do that smarter, better, more efficiently?
It's tough to get paid. It's really tough to get paid on time.
We should be looking outwards to our partners and friends and learn from them and bring in some of those specifics into our regime and figure out how we can better innovate and help businesses flourish here.
But purely, what are the banks doing versus what are the innovators doing? We do need the banks involved. We do need the fintechs involved. We need everyone to come together as an industry and work together on how we move this forward.
The entire world has now become available and open to collaboration with each other. And I think that's what we do in EPA, right? We're opening up those boundaries that existed. And suddenly, what was happening in Singapore is something that Australia is interested in. That didn't happen before.
The guardrail have to move along. So that's another area, that opportunity that will be emerge more in 2026 is how those guardrail and the expectation of regulation that is not hindering the innovation is actually enabling more innovation in the market.
We've got really big plans for Thought Leadership Program in 2026. In 2025, we connected with more than 1,000 people across the industry, and we hosted close to 20 roundtables. We are planning to do even more than that next year.
A theme we see across the industry, across all different players, is an ask for prioritization. And I don't think that comes as a surprise, because over the last couple of years, there's been an avalanche of change in regulation, in technology, and in general of what we're bringing to our customers. And I think organizations are now asking, what do we do with all this? How do we prioritize? Where should we invest our budget and our time? And that's the discussion that I see will evolve in 2026.